wherever you are. We hope you're tuning in with us on Facebook as well as RESTREAM Live. We are going to be talking about getting out the vote. You can call us at 1-251-362-1935 if you want to join us live here in the studio here in Beatrice, Alabama. Or you can email us at freddiechoward@gmail.com if you would like to email us and be a part of the broadcast, ask questions or whatever you like to do in regards to getting out the vote. We hope everything is going well for you. God has been awfully good, and He has been taking care of us and making sure that we do the things that we like to do, and so forth as being a part of all you need to do to be in the graces and with the help of God. God has been awfully good to us. He has been awfully good to all of us. Let us go to the throne. Our Father and Savior Jesus Christ, the maker and creator of all things. Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity to speak to the people of America and those that are interested in getting themselves in the position in the will and the power of God and go to the polls on November 8th, 2018 during the midterm. It's just an information that can help them to make a wise decision and get information about the candidates. Today is October 31st, and there is still exactly 8 to 9 days before the vote takes place, Jesus. You are still in control, and you've always been in control. You work through human beings, and you are in charge of all of us. We should pick leaders that are Christ-like and have a spirit of empathy, humility, love, and compassion in their heart. We thank you for this opportunity to talk to people. We pray that some will call in at 1-251-362-1935, that some will email us at freddiechoward@gmail.com as we talk about getting out to vote and being ready to vote. Make a plan and stick to that plan. On behalf of all of us here at Howcee Internet Radio, the National Association of Black Defenders out of Washington, D.C., again, good morning. Let us begin. Again, if you want to call in, the number is 1-251-362-1935. 1935. That's if you want to call in. And you can call in if you like and talk to us personally about what we are doing here this morning. All right, let us get started. The National Get Out the Vote conference call will take place November the 1st, that's Tuesday, November the 1st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You'll be invited to join us on November 1st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The duration of the conference call will be 45 minutes. 45 minutes. The conference dial-in number in the United States is 716-427-1043. Your access code will be 523015. You also have international dial-in numbers from anywhere in the world that you can click on and call in as well. to be a video and screen sharing online meeting at yours truly, Howcee. The online meeting link is there posted right here for you. The online meeting link. Let's go ahead and highlight that and put in place for you. We will go to our captions, and we're going to post for you the online meeting link. All right. The online meeting link. All right. The online meeting link. This is the online meeting link. In other words, when you come on to the meeting tomorrow afternoon at 7 p.m., you will go to web link right here, https://join-freeconferencecall.com Howcee Gospel. You click on that link, and it will take you directly to the link page in which you will join the conference. It will have instructions for you to follow. All you do is follow those instructions, and you can join in the live conference call lasting 45 minutes with other people from all over the United States talking about getting out the vote. All right? What will we be talking about? Getting out the vote. What will we be talking about? All right? The program is being sponsored by yours truly, Freddie C. Howard, as a media person and radio person for the National Association of Black Defenders out of Washington, D.C. Dr. Michael McCorver is the CEO and executive person of that. I am chairman of the board of the National Association of Black Defenders. All right. Here's what you can find out. Now, if you want to find out in any state in America, you can click on a link and find out from any state in America where you live. And you go to that state. For instance, you live in Alabama. You go to Alabama. If you're in Georgia, if you live in Tennessee, you live in Florida, it does not matter where you live. On that link that will come up showing you all of the states in America. All of the states in America. It's a guide link for all the states in America. We are going to copy that link. This is the guide link for all of the states in the United States of America. You can go to this link right here, the voter guide. This is the link right here. This is the voter guide for all races in Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Arizona, California. You can go to this link right here. We are going to type that in there. We're going to see, can we get that in there? Copy. Let's go to Facebook. Let's see. This is the link for going to all of the states in the United States. This link right here is the link that you go to for my choice Vote for One voter guide. In other words, if you live in Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Wyoming, it doesn't matter where you live, you go to this link right here and it will pull up a voter guide, all races. All you do is go to the state which you live in. Go to the state in which you live in, and you put in your name, your address, and your zip code. And what it will pull up for you is your local place in which you vote. Say, for instance, if it's Beatrice, if it's Peterman, if it's Riley Crossing, if wherever. Like Riley Crossing doesn't have a voting precinct, but Beatrice has a voting precinct. Monroeville has several voting precincts, but they would determine that by you putting in your zip code. By you putting in your zip code. You will put in your name, your address, and your zip code. Once you click on the state, and it will take you directly to where your voting information. It will give you who is on the ballot, everything you need to know, who is on the ballot, and you will in turn vote. See that sample ballot. See that sample ballot, and do what you need to do to get the information that you need. All right, let's go through that once again. This is a voting guide for all of the states in America. This is very important. And we will be doing this. You can join this live conference nationwide tomorrow, Tuesday, November the 1st at 7 p.m. This is just a preview of what is going to be taking place tomorrow at 7 p.m. Let's say, for instance, you live in the state of Louisiana. Let's click on Louisiana. All right. Now, guess what? It will, when it comes up Louisiana, it's going to tell them what you're going to be voting for. You're going to be voting for a U.S. Senator in Louisiana, a U.S. Representative, District 1, U.S. Representative, District 2, U.S. Representative, District 3. This is in the state of Louisiana now. U.S. Representative 5, U.S. Representative District 6, Louisiana State Senate District 5, Louisiana State Senate District 17, Public Service Commission District 3, Public Service Commission District 4, and it goes on, naming every election office that is up for election in the state of Louisiana. Every one of them, all the way down to the members of the school board District 1. That will be on the ballot. Judicial, Municipal, and Traffic Court Division E. Judge for Municipal and Traffic Court Division D. Clerks, First City Clerk. Proposed amendment. They have 6 amendments. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They got 8 amendments on the ballot in Louisiana. They got appeal court judge, First Circuit, Second District 1, Division 1. It gives you all of the information always on the ballot in Louisiana. That's for the whole state of Louisiana. These are people that have registered with state of Louisiana running for a political office. It does not matter what state it is, you go on there. Let's go to Mississippi, for example. In the state of Mississippi, you can click on the state of Mississippi, and it will load here in a minute. And it says my choice, voting, all races for the state of Mississippi. All right. Now, you can filter the race. If you want to just go check on just one particular race, you can type in that particular race in Mississippi. It goes from 3rd Congressional District, 4th Congressional District, Circuit Court Judge, District 10, Place 1, Circuit Court Judge, District 10, Place 2. It's got all of the information that people who have put their name in the hat to be elected to an office in the state of Mississippi. It does not matter who they are, what their job. It says as First Congressional District, Court of Appeals, Judge, District 4, Place 1. Any state in the United States. This is powerful information for you. For you can find out it is no reason anybody in this country that has a heart to vote, that wants to know about what they are voting for prior to going into the poll, you can find out. Don't sit around and wait till the last minute and go to the poll with somebody that done hand you a sample ballot and you don't know nothing about what's on the ballot. Okay? Let's go to the state of Alabama. Alabama. That's where I live. I live in Alabama, Beatrice, Alabama. All right. Now, in the state of Alabama, the Alabama auditor, the Alabama governor, Alabama Public Service Commission plays one, Alabama United Senate, U.S. House District 1, U.S. House District 2, U.S. House District 4, U.S. House District 5, Baldwin County Commissioner District 2, Baldwin County Commissioner District 4, Alabama Secretary of State, Alabama Public Service Commission, Place 2, Alabama Supreme Court Associate Justice, Place 5, Alabama State House District 38, Libertarian primary, Alabama State House District 38, Republican Party primary. All right, House District 61 is up for election. House District 2, House District 3, House District 4, House District 5, House District 6, House District 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 17, 18, House District 19, House District 20, 21, 22, 20. All of the House districts in the state of Alabama that are up for election, you can go to that particular information and find out who is running. Alabama Treasurer, who's that going to be for the Alabama Treasurer? Alabama Lieutenant Governor, Alabama Statewide Amendment 7, 8, 9, Constitution of Alabama 2022. In other words, the Constitution for the United States is for Alabama is out of date. They want to ask you, can they bring the Alabama Constitution up to date 2022? The answer for that, for my opinion, is yes. In fact, all of the amendments for me is going to be yes, because these are changes that are needed. Okay? We got amendments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. Amendments 7, 8, and 9. The Constitution about the United States. Alabama Commission of Agriculture and Industry. You can vote for who you want in that position. Alabama State House District 79, 80, 37, 81, 83, 13, and 28. House District number 3. Circuit Court Juries. Judicial Circuit Court Place 1. Circuit Judge 37, Judicial Circuit Court, Place 2. Circuit Court Judge 37, Judicial Circuit, Place 3. Lee County Commissioner, Lee County Commissioner, District 1, Lee County Commissioner, District 4, Lee County Commissioner, District 5, Lee District 2, Lee County Board of Education, District 2, Lee County Board of Education, District 3, Alabama District 37, District Attorney, Lee County Sheriff. You can vote for who you want for in Lee County Sheriff. Just click on Lee County Sheriff, and it will tell you who is running in the Lee County Sheriff. Lee County Coroner, Lee County District Judge, Alabama State Senate, House District 15, Alabama State Senate, District 27, District 15, 45, 48, 57, 56, 60, 47, 52. It is all there for you to vote. Jefferson County Board of Education, District 3, Alabama U.S. House District 7, Alabama U.S. House. This is so profound, so far as what is taking place in this coming up election, November the 8th, 2022. Lord have mercy, America. You have all the information needed. It is absolutely trifling if you do not get up and go out and vote on November the 8th. Don't sit around and talk about what they're going to do. They're going to do what they want to. My vote don't count. All of that foolishness. Go vote. Go vote. Say, for instance, Jefferson County Board of Education, District 3, Alabama U.S. House District 7, Alabama U.S. House District 6, Shelby County District Court Judge, Place 1, Jefferson County Sheriff, Alabama Attorney General, the Alabama Attorney General, who's going to be running for the Alabama Attorney General, Jefferson County Commissioner District 3, Alabama 10th Judicial Circuit District Attorney Best Division, Alabama House District 5, Alabama House District 64, Alabama House District 94, Alabama House District 95, Alabama Senate District 33. You can find out any information that you want to vote for. It is important that you get yourself in position to vote and know who is voting. Such as, for example, let's go to Lee County Coroner. The Lee County Coroner, right? It will tell you who is running for the Lee County Coroner. It is important. Let's go to another. For example, Alabama House District 79. It will tell you who is running for Alabama State House District 79. It has two people running here, and they got the information about each one, what they believe in. All right. Let's go back and let's pick another one here in Alabama. Alabama Auditor. We have Andrew Sorrell as the auditor, and we have Leah Lashane running for that office. That's Leighlachine, and Andrew Sorrell. He's running for that office as well. Let's go back and let's pick another one. The Alabama governor. Who is running for the governor of the state of Alabama? James Jimmy Blake is running. Yolanda Rochelle Flowers is running. And Kay Ivey, the present governor of Alabama, is running. These are the three people that's on the ballot for Alabama governor. You can go to any state in the union and find out the same commission. Alabama Public Service Commission, place 1. Ron Bishop is running, and Jeremy H. Oden is running. You pick whoever you want to, and you can fill out this, and you can download it, copy it and download it, and take it to the polls with you. All right. Alabama Service Commission place 1. Alabama United States Senator. Who is running for Senator of the United States? William Boyd. He's running. He's a Democrat. Katie Bright. She's a representative. She's a Republican, rather. And John Sophocleus. I believe that's right. That's John Sophocleus. Sophocleus. I believe that's how you pronounce that. But that's what's on the ballot for the Alabama United States. And what does a United States Senator do? Passing laws, including the budget, confirming president's appointments, for example, department heads, ambassadors, Supreme Court judges, approving treaties, conducting impeachment trials of government officials, impeaching House of Representatives, assisting Constitution and state government office with problem solving in their interaction with federal executive agencies, working on multiple Senate committees that exist in writing laws and overseeing executive agencies operating policies action. Senators must be 30 years old before being sworn into office, reside in the state they represent, and be a U.S. citizen 9 years prior to campaigning for this office. The annual salary of U.S. Senator is approximately $174,000. Click on the icon below if you want to find out about any of these gentlemen or ladies that is running for Alabama Senate. Let's go back. We're talking about Alabama. U.S. House District 1. Who is running to be elected in the U.S. House District 1 here in Alabama? Jerry Carr, Republican. Alexander M. Remry, a Libertarian, he's running. You can click on that particular name and you can find out whatever information. Some of them, people do not respond to these voter guides. I believe you should respond to the voter. That's me now. If I was running for a political office, I would respond to it. I would tell them what I'm for, what I'm against. I would put it right out there. Now, perhaps in some cases, when you have a history where you have served on the in that position for a number of years, people know you are. But just in case, there may be somebody else that may want to vote for you. But as a candidate, it would be wise to fill that information. U.S. House District 2. Let's take a look at U.S. House District 2 in Alabama. Let's see who is running. We have Philip Hall. We have Barry Moore. We have Jonathan Reeves, a Libertarian, running for those offices. All right? And I don't believe any of these candidates fill that office, that information out. Let's go to House District 4. We're talking about Alabama. Who's running? Robert Adderhawk, he's running. John C. Cochran, a Libertarian, running. Rick Neighbors is running. You can find out who is running. Let's go to District 5. Who is running in the Alabama U.S. House District 5? P.J. Greer, a Libertarian. Dale Strong, a Republican. Kathy Warner Stanton, a Democrat. She is running. Kathy Warner Stanton. I'm not giving people's races because they're up to you if you want to find out about the candidate. Let's go to Baldwin County Commissioner District 2. All right. The thing that I want you to know is it is your responsibility as a voter to find out who is running for public office. It is your responsibility. Candidates can put out signs. In fact, I got to take some signs over to Camden today. But the thing about that is that it is your responsibility. When you see a sign, you see a name on it, find out who that person is. Don't go to the poll and not know who you're going to be voting for. That's just not smart. That's not wisdom. Use the wisdom with God is giving you. God is placing things in front of you like what I'm doing here today for you to take advantage of. Baldwin County Commissioner District 2. We have Jonathan Armstrong, a Republican, running. We have Steve Carey, a Republican, running. And we have Matt McKenzie, a Republican, running in Baldwin County. Okay? All right. Let's go back to Alabama State Secretary. Alabama Secretary of State. Who is running for the Alabama Secretary of State? We have Wes Allen running, a Republican. We have Pamela J. Lafferty, she's a Democrat, running. And Jason Matt Shelby is running also for Alabama Secretary of State. Secretary of State is chief election official of Alabama. He is responsible for certifying vote totals, ballots, and fundraising records, business registration, and keeping the state government official documents and public records. Alabama Secretary of State is elected in a statewide each midterm election for a year of 4-year term, limited to 2 consecutive terms in office. He or she earns $85,248 a year, must be at least 25 years of age, a U.S. citizen for 7 years, and an Alabama resident for 5 years. That is who is going to be, one of these people will be the Alabama Secretary of State will be elected November 8th. That will be either Wes Allen, Pamela J. Lafferty, or Jason Matt Shelby. Make yourself aware of what is going on. Okay? Alabama Public Service Commission, Place 2. Alabama Public Service Commission, Place 2. All right? You have Chip Beaker is running. He's a Republican. You have Laura Lane. I believe she's a Libertarian running. 2 people. All right? That's for Alabama Public Service Commissioner, Place 2. All right? Let's look at Alabama Supreme Court Justice, Place 5. We have 2 people running for the Alabama Supreme Court Associate Justice, Place 5. The Alabama Supreme Court has both judicial and administrative duties. Its justice serves as a term of 6 years and earns a salary of $163,601 to $205,501, depending on the years of service. Reviews decisions made by other state courts. Here's new cases specifically designed to them, like appeals or decision. Makes it administration rules for court system. That Greg Cook is running for that office. He's a Republican, and Anita Kelly, a Democrat, is running for that office. Okay, let's go back and check another one for you. We are just going through some of them. Alabama State House District 38, Libertarian Party primary. Alabama State House District, Republican Party primary. House District 6, House District 1. All of these are offices that people are running for office. Let's go to House District 68. All right. House District 68. Two people are running for that office. Thomas E. Jackson, he's a Democrat, and Fred Kelly, he's a Republican. Know who you are voting for when you go into the poll and what they stand for and what they have done in the past and what they plan on doing in the future. This is House District 68. All right. Make sure you know who you are voting for. All right. I want to go to, there's the amendments. Alabama, let's see who's running for the treasurer. The Alabama treasurer. The Alabama treasurer, we have Young, who's a Republican, and Scott Hammond, a Libertarian, running for the office of Alabama State Treasurer. What does the Alabama State Treasurer do? What do the Alabama State Treasurer do? Well, the treasurer is the chief financial officer for Alabama. He or she is responsible for receiving funds, fees, and payments, managing state investment funds, overseeing a network of private banks the state does business with, operating Alabama's unclaimed property funds, and issuing state bonds. Alabama State Treasurer is elected to a statewide midterm election. This is a midterm election. It's the halfway point between the starting of a 4-year term and the ending of a 4-year term. Well, that's why they call it term. Limited to 2 consecutive terms in office. He or she earns $80,240 a year. They must be at least 25 years of age. They must be a U.S. citizen and serving 7 years, and an Alabama resident for 5 years. The Alabama treasurer, 2 people are running for that office. Young Boozer is a representative. She's a Republican, and Scott Hammond, a Libertarian. Let's go back and check some more. Okay, let's go to the circuit judge. Circuit Judge, 37th Judicial District. One person is running for that office. That's Jeff Ticker. He's a Republican. Okay, we're just trying to give you some examples. Okay, Lee County Commissioner, Lee County Board of Education, Lee County Board of Education, District 2. We have Rusty Corson, a representative running for that office. Okay, information that you need to know in order to go to the poll and be aware of who is. You got the Lee County. Let's see who's the Lee County coroner who is running for that office. That'd be Daniel Sexton is running for that office for the Lee County coroner. Okay, Lee County District, Alabama State Senate 11, all kind of good information. Jefferson County Board of Education, Alabama U.S. House District, Shelby County District Court Judge, Jefferson County Sheriff, Alabama Attorney General. Who is running for the Alabama Attorney General? Wendell Major, a Democratic, and Steve Marshall is for that office as well. All right. That's for the Alabama Attorney General. All right. Let's scroll on down for some more. All right. All kinds of information here for the state of Alabama. And guess what? Now, this is for all of the states in the United States: Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia. We are right around here in Florida and Georgia and Tennessee and all those places like that. Let's look at Florida. Florida, important post-hurricane voter information. There you know that the hurricane wreaked havoc on Florida. We pray that those folks that are impacted by that storm have the right information so that they can go out and still vote. Even though you experience a tragedy and you still can get around, you still need to take the responsibility, even though it may be difficult, to find out where you need to vote and what is important for you. There's important that's taking place that you need to do so that you can vote. Amendments, units of increasing property assessment for flood and improvement. That is an thing for them because of the of flood waters. This time those flood waters came in, they was the highest they ever seen in a long, destroyed a lot of property. It is important that you know about those things. Find out about Amendment 1. What does Amendment 1 say about assessment of flood? Amendment number 1, limit on increased property assessment for flood control. This is a powerful ballot amendment for the people there in Florida. Ballot language. Proposing an amendment to the state constitution effective January the 1st, 2023 to authorize the legislature by general law to prohibit the consideration of any changes or improvement made to real property used for residential purpose to improve the properties resistant to flood damage and determine the access value of such property for ad valorem taxes. This is important stuff for people in Florida. A quick summary. Many home improvements projects ultimately increase the assessed value of a home, which means the homeowner pay higher property taxes. This amendment would allow the Florida legislature to pass laws that would make improvements intended to protect homes from flood damage exempt from high assessments. The amendment in response to the threat to Florida's home from rising sea levels. You can hear the Reed House Bill 1377. That's put in place in 21, and Florida Senate. All right, support Florida legislators on the amendment. Upon no known opponents. In other words, this is a good thing to know about. This in Spanish language is in American language. This is amendment limit on increased property assessment from Florida improvement. You make improvements around your home to help you battle the high rising tides of water during storms and stuff and the rising sea level. Now that would increases the value of your property, but I want you to be charged for that. You understand that now? I don't want you to be charged for that. That's the increasing the value of home. All you trying to do is protect your property with the improvements. Okay, that's a good thing to do. All right, that's Amendment 1, limit on increased property assessment for flood improvement. Let's go back. Amendment 2, abolish the State Constitutional Revision Commission. Amendment 3, new $50,000 homestead exemption for certain public service employees. Justice China, all kind of good information here for the state of Florida. Plantation referendum, adoption of a new city chapter to replace the existing 1953 city charter. Oh, that got my attention. Plantation referendum. Plantation represents adopting a new city charter to replace the existing 1953 city charter. Well, I believe anything that shall the proposed 22 city charter as set forth in Ordinance 2313 be adopted to replace the existing city charter. I probably, from my perspective, it's probably out of date, whatever it is. It's probably out of date if that. But anyway, school board district. It's all the information. The state of Florida has some kind of ballot. It is something else. If you live in Florida, woo, there are so many items on this for the state of Florida. All races. All the races. Okay? Let's go back and look at another one. We're just picking states. Let's go to Georgia. We looked at Florida. Let's go to Georgia. What's happening in Georgia? Georgia Attorney General, Georgia Commission of Agriculture, Georgia Commission of Insurance, Georgia Commission of Labor, Georgia Governor. Let's take a look at the Georgia Governor. We've been hearing a lot of stuff about the Georgia Governor race. Have three people running for the governor of Georgia. We have Stacey Abrams, she's a Democrat. You have Shane Hazel, a Libertarian, and you have Brian Kemp running for that particular office. If you're in the state of Georgia and you're interested in who is running for governor, go to Vote 411, go to Vote 411 Voter Guide and find out who's running in the state of Georgia. All right. U.S. District, Georgia State Superintendent, School Superintendent, Georgia Secretary of State, Georgia's Lieutenant Governor, Georgia Commission of Labor. All of this information is important for you that you run if you're interested in being knowledgeable about who is running for political office in the United States. And in particular, you are interested in the state of Georgia. Let's look. We looked at Florida, Georgia, and let's see another state. Let's go to. We did. I believe we did Mississippi. That's right around it. Let's go to Mississippi. I believe we did Mississippi earlier. Let's look at Mississippi. In the state of Mississippi, the 3rd Congressional District, the 4th Congressional District, Circuit Judge, okay? All kinds of, 1st Congressional District, 2nd Congressional District, Court of Appeals. All this information is important for you. Let's see who's running in the 3rd Congressional District in Mississippi. That'll be on the ballot for November the 8th. Michael Guest is a Republican, and Sherwoski A. Young, he's a Democrat running for office there in Mississippi. You can find out whatever you want to about that candidate. He gives their name, their mailing address, campaign phone number, their website, their Facebook page, their Twitter page. It's all information that's important to you. Let's go back and take another one of the states where we did Georgia, Mississippi, Florida. We look at states that around. Let's look at Tennessee. Tennessee, State Executive Committeeman, District 10, Democratic Party. All kinds of. Tennessee has a long voting list. State of Mississippi, state of Tennessee rather. All kind of information. I'm looking to see whether or not the governor, Tennessee governor. Let's see who's running for the governor of state of Tennessee. Whoa, constant. Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people are running for governor of Tennessee. 11 people. Constant M. Every, John Gentry, Bill Lee, Base Max Group, Jason Brantley Martin, Alfred O'Neill, Deborah Ross, Michael Scantlin, Rick Taylor, Charles Van Morgan. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 people. It is very important that you find out who wants to be governor of the state of Tennessee. Okay. All right, let's go back. Of information. State House representatives. Town of Smyrna, City of Eaglesville, City, Small City, Red Bank Commission Lodge. All kinds of information here. School board people that's running in Tennessee. Texas. Let's look at Texas. U.S. House of Representatives, District 2, Texas U.S. House, Texas U.S. House, District 6, U.S. House of Representatives. Let's see, is the governor. Who is running for governor of Texas? It's just general information. They got this in 3 or 4 languages. Greg Abbott is running. Beto O'Rourke is running, a Democratic. Greg Abbott is a Republican. Mark Tiplitz, he's a Libertarian. And Delia Barrier. Okay? 4 people are running. And you've heard so much about Greg Abbott and Beto O'Rourke. Greg Abbott, Republican. Beto O'Rourke is a Democrat. We have a Libertarian. And we have another GRN. I don't know what that stands for so far as the political office that they're running for. But they are running for governor of Texas. They serve a 4-year term. The governor is the chief executive of the state. All right. They have a salary. Current salary is $153,750. Texas. All right. Let's go back. Texas governor, the lieutenant governor. The lieutenant governor is the person that is the governor. They step up next. We have Dan Patrick, a Republican, Mike Collier, a Democrat, and Shayna Steele is running, a Libertarian. Lieutenant governor's 4-year term. The lieutenant governors is powerful because of their position as president of Texas State Senate, where they appoint the chair and vice chair committees, appoint Senate committee, assign bills to and control the Senate agenda. They are also a member of several commissions and serve as governor in the governor's absence. That's an important position. Texas lieutenant governor. I want to go back to Alabama. And see is a lieutenant governor running in the state of Alabama. We're looking for a lieutenant governor in the state of Alabama. Alabama auditor, Alabama governor, Alabama United States Senate. We're looking to see if Alabama Secretary of State, Alabama Supreme Court Justice, Alabama House District, the House District. We're looking for lieutenant governor for the state of Alabama. See if anybody running Alabama Treasurer. Okay, Alabama lieutenant governor. Who is running for the Alabama lieutenant governor? That is the person that will serve in the absence of the governor. Whoever is elected and serving, if for some reason they are absent and can't be serving as governor, this person will step in as the governor. That's the Alabama lieutenant governor. The lieutenant governor is the second highest state office in Alabama after the governor. Lieutenant governor acts as president of Alabama Senate, enabling him or her to appoint members and chairs of committees and determine which committee will consider new legislation. Other duties include serve as the final level of appeal in the Administrative Procedure Act, represent the state in many committees and boards, more than 20, appoints 400 positions to approximately 167 boards and commissions. They have an awesome challenge. The lieutenant governor is elected statewide each midterm election year for a 4-year term and is limited to 2 consecutive terms. He or she earns $60,830 a year and must be at least 30 years of age, a U.S. citizen for 10 years, and a resident for Alabama at least 7 years. He or she may not hold any federal or state office in Alabama concurrently with the gubernatorial. And who is running for these lieutenant governor of the state of Alabama on November the 8th? That is Will Amesworth, a Republican, and Ruth Page Nelson. Ruth Page Nelson. All right, a libertarian. All right. Mrs. Ruth Page Nelson has printed a pretty good bit of information about her. Her address, she's from Dothan, Alabama, and all stuff like that. Will Amesworth, the Republican, she has not put anything down about her biographical information. Okay, that's their choice. It's up to them to do that. Like I said before, if you're running for public office, I think it's smart, whether you've been in office before, long term or short term, put down your information about who you are and what you plan on doing. Okay, all right. Okay. There is a gentleman that I know, Mr. Ollie Scott. He's from Monroe County, but he's running to be coroner up there in Greenville. That's Butler County, I believe. I'm looking for Butler County. Okay. I'm looking for Butler County coroner. Or is it another county? But anyway, I can't see it. I don't see it here yet. I see Lee County, Alabama. This Lee County coroner. Lee County. Okay. All right. I have spent some time talking to you as a preview of what it will be taking place. Elections coming up. It is important that you be aware of what is taking place in the voting process. Now, it is important that we all vote. We won't all vote. In situations like this, I believe this is one of the most important elections in the history of this country. We have had elections in the past. They forget there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that is being done has been done already. There have been large important elections in the past. But this one is new to you and I in our time of 2022. Ever since Alabama been having elections, there have been important elections. And I believe this election in the state of Alabama, just like all of the states in the United States, is one of the most important elections in the history of this nation. You have witnessed over the past several years the election of President Barack Obama for 2 terms, having Mr. Joe Biden. And that has set off an uproar of rejections of democratic policies, led to the election of our 40th President Donald Trump, who has, in my opinion, as a public person, as a radio person, as a spiritual person, as a person discerning, everybody has a concern. Your concern and others' concern, everybody has different opinions about those things. I believe the past President Donald Trump has set off a rejection of authority, rejection of political votes, rejection of the American way of accepting elections and moving on and everybody working to do it. He has set off. It didn't start him, but he's opening it up tremendously to what is what. We had people rebelling before about what is taking place. We got folks fussing about a shot that people take to keep them from catching COVID. And millions of people in the world have died of COVID. Now, why is that? You got people that don't want city governments and board of education and commissioners and stuff tell the people about getting the shot. That's just not wise and sensible thinking. I don't know what is behind that. I have a feeling that it's evil, that don't want folks to be safe. And you just want to do just whatever you want to. Don't wear a mask. Even had folks fussing about wearing a mask. Now, I still wear a mask. I wore a mask yesterday to church. I'll be wearing a mask when I go out today to take signs to folks. I just think it's smart. There is a colds and sinus infection that's on a rapid uprise against young children. Hospitals across this nation, young children are being affected by breathing problems. And I haven't heard anybody raising Cain about not protecting the children, but they need to be protected. Wear masks, they need to be taking medicine. Their hospitals are filling up with them. It is important what is taking place in this country. Another thing, you really have to be smart. You need prayer to guide you on what to be done in the next election coming up. It is important. The national Get Out the Vote rally that's going to be done tomorrow night. We're going to be doing it. Today is November today is October the 31st. But we're going to be doing this all the way through to the election day, November 1st through November 8th. Get out the vote on November 8th, election day. I personally feel it is that important to listen, and a community person here in Beatrice, Alabama, who works in this community. I care about this community. I care about my fellow man. I care about my brothers and sisters, my intimate brothers and sisters, and I care about all of my brothers and sisters, regardless whether they're black or white. I want to see some racial barriers brought down, just like here in our small town of Beatrice, Alabama. We don't interact with our white brothers and sisters church. And in fact, all of our white churches in Beatrice don't interact at all at each other's church. What is that? This is 2022. We serving the same God, ain't we? God made all of us. Why we don't go to each other's church? That's a personal question for me, and that's a personal question to you. That's a personal question to my white and brother sisters. Why you don't go to the fellow churches here in Beatrice, up on the hill? Why don't the people up on the hill go to the church? I believe it's 2 churches down in Beatrice, downtown. Why don't we go to each church? What is that? We don't. Some of our families interact in working situations. Me and my wife had the opportunity to go to a prior owner of the Beatrice service station when we did a newspaper story in the Beatrice legacy. And that was a profound conversation of we talking to Mr. the Howard family, Mary and I, talking to the members of the Black family about the history of that service station. We spent 3 hours there. It was a great conversation. We had a great conversation with their son and with the wife. It is time we change what's taking place right here in your doorstep, right in your neighborhood. It is time we change it, guys. Pray about it and take some action. God is coming back soon. It is time we get away from, I don't talk to them, they don't talk to me. We need to talk to each other. We need to know each other. I hope you have learned something today. And I hope you would join us on Tuesday at 7 p.m. on a national Get Out the Vote Rally. That's blacks, white. I don't care who you are. All you have to do is go to the Facebook event and click on that event and join us. The telephone number is there for you. The telephone number is there right there for you if you want to join it. We hope you will be there with us. We want to thank the 26 views that have gotten on this page this morning. The National Association of Black Defenders Get Out the Vote. Your ballot, your own personal vote, and well as the information for us nationwide. On behalf of all of us, make your choice. Be knowledgeable. On behalf of the Beatrice Legacy newspaper, if you want to subscribe to that paper, you can contact us at 1-251-789-2424. That's Mary Howard and yours truly, Freddie Howard. You can contact Mr. Edward Moore, Mr. Heather. I want to look at one of the papers. I hope I have one where I can get my hand on where I can read the editor information. Well, I don't have it here. Let me wait just for a minute. I need to give you this information. Stand by just for a minute. Guys, this is the Beatrice Legacy here in Beatrice, Alabama. This is the Beatrice Legacy right here in Beatrice, Alabama. This newspaper is published 4 times a year. Every 3 months, this issue is published. The next issue is scheduled to come out in December of 2022. And the staff is Mary V. Howard, yours truly, Freddie C. Howard, Edward Moore and Heather Moore. Student intern is Delia Johnson. And we have another young lady that traveled with us just this past week to Auburn University to sign up to be working as editors and writers for this newspaper. 2 students from J.F. Shields High School. That is profound. In other words, those students will get paid to be working on this newspaper in high school. They are both juniors at J.F. Shields High School. Editors are Garrett and Fred Fluker. Our mailing address is 231 6th Avenue, Beatrice, Alabama, 36425, P.O. Box 104, 231 6th Avenue, Beatrice, Alabama. Advertising inquiry, contact Miss Mary Howard at print4@hotmail.com or me, Freddie C. at gmail.com if you want to be a part of this paper. And guess what, guys? Every time we publish this paper, we have to pay $500 to get it printed. And what? You can buy this paper at the Beatrice service station right across from J.F. Shields. You can buy this paper at Gilbert's Market right downtown there in Beatrice. You can also buy this paper at the sausage place there at down there in Beatrice, right across from Brother Corey's place. It is important, guys. You have to help yourself and do things for yourself. We keep struggling. We are struggling now and trying to get grant money to keep writing this paper. And it's for your community. We did some powerful stories in here. My daughter is on the front page of this latest issue for becoming the first woman to be principal of Monroe County High School, a black lady. that graduated out of jail Shields. More great stories in here. We talk about our journey at the Pacer Garden. Mr. Steve Lancaster, who's handles all of the lunchroom. We talk about the great resident. This is from Reverend Marcus Williams, pastor and a well-known popular musician, a great musician. It is important. We also, in bridging the gap, remember I talk about the black community and the white community beginning to join hands and do things and work together and get to know each other, from our churches to our community activities, and stop being separate. Just like that railroad track used to run between us and we separated by that rail. You don't have to be separated like that. God didn't make us to be islands. God wants you to love and care for each other. There are bad folks and rotten folks in all races and all colors of skin. That's just the way He made us, because we're all born and conceived in sin. It is time we change that, Beatrice. Beatrice, Tunnel Springs, Riley Crossing, McWilliam, Venberg, Gilbert, Monroeville. We got private schools. We got public schools. What you should be able to go to school anywhere you have the knowledge enough to go to school and have the money to pay to go. Bridging the gap in the Beatrice community, Beatrice Garden Club and Beatrice Pacers. That's what we do at Pacers. We bridge the gap. And we want to thank Miss Lynn Spahn, who went to our invitation to come to the Beatrice Pacer Garden. We thank you, Miss Spahn. May we continue to go. We are going to work together on getting a Veterans Memorial Park here in Beatrice, like you see down there in Frisco City and Repton and other small places in Monroeville, to honor our veterans. We also a renowned staple in the Beatrice community, the lasting legacy of the Beatrice service station. We thank the gentleman that I, for myself, have lived here in Beatrice a long time. I've been going to Monroe for years buying my tires. Guess where I bought my tires from last time? I bought it from the Beatrice service station. I've almost paid for all of them, but there's some more to go on it. He allowed me to buy the tires. I may not be paying it back as fast as he like it. I know that, but I am paying on it. I paid last month, and I'll pay more this till they're paid off. The Beatrice service station. Powerful story. This is where we went black and talked about this story. And guess what? Several days ago, I went into the Beatrice service station. This paper came out. This paper came out in September. This is November. This is October the 31st. Tomorrow will be November 1st. He told me he hadn't sold but 2 issues. That lets me know people in Beatrice and surrounding communities not interested in what we're doing. You rather watch Fox News and read the Monroe Journal. You seem to be not interested in your own community. I'm saying what is on my heart. You may be interested in it. You may have got a free copy somewhere. You may have read it somewhere. But there are 3 places in Beatrice that you can buy the Beatrice Legacy right now. Go buy a paper. It's just $2. The reason why it's $2 because every time we print, it costs us $500. Plus, we have 2 students that's going to be coming on from J.F. Shields High School, juniors, getting paid to write and read and learn about this newspaper. I want to shout out another thing for the Beatrice Youth Football League that's on the direction of Mr. Paul Manzi. Great job to the coaches and all of them that are working. One of those teams undefeated. That is the future of Beatrice football. The present football team, I do not believe they won a single game this year. They only had 10 or 12 players, 13 players. And when you go out on the field, you got to have 11 players. As small as we are, we can fuel 15 or 20 players. Let's do that, Beatrice. We can do that. They got safety equipment. Pray and go. Pray and play. Let's make the 2023 season as strong, as powerful as we have been in basketball for years. The schedule for the new coach, Mr. Johnny Starwitz, has come out. I posted it on my line, Facebook line. Let's do what God has blessed us to do. God put things in front of you for you to do. Let's go, Beatrice. Thomas Riley Crossan. We don't have here in Beatrice apartments and houses and things. We have a lot of houses here in Beatrice. I'm saying a number of houses. Even my own family is up here next to the service station. Got 2 houses that somebody could be living in. That's my family's fault. My legacy people's fault. And there are other places in Beatrice got houses, nobody living in them. Collecting mildew and moths and rats and roaches when somebody could be living in them. You got houses, rent them out. Let people live in them. If they won't pay the bill, tell them to get out, and you put us in that will pay the bill. It is things for you to do here in Beatrice to make us helpful. To the white people in this community, you all have the money. I don't have the money and the resources to build an apartment. Don't build no apartment that's stacked up on top of a rat nest. Build a decent housing. You got land. You got plenty timber land. White brothers and sisters, what you waiting on? Waiting for God to come back? He's on his way back, and it's sooner than you think. Then you'll be taught what you could have did. But help yourself and help your own community. Don't be afraid of your neighbors. Get to know your neighbors. Done a little preaching, but it has to be said. If you want to subscribe to the paper, give Miss Mary Howard a call at 1-251-789-24 or myself, 1-251-789-24, and take a subscription to the paper. All right. On behalf of all of us here, thank you. God bless you. And see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Tuesday at 7 p.m. We'll be live nationwide on Getting Out to Vote. And make sure you go out to vote. Okay? God bless you. We'll see you next time. All right. Let's go to RESTREAM and end the video as well. National Get Out to Vote rally tomorrow afternoon, 7 p.m. We end in the stream.